Hey, hey. Hello, hello. Welcome back. All right. So, Ophiuchus, I am so appreciative of you guys being so patient with me all week. You know, I always try to get 2 videos out each week. And indeed, Ophiuchus, this will be your second one, but it came out pretty late because I've been struggling this week with all kinds of tech issues. So, thanks for your patience. Let's get into this. Happy 11/11 portal starting up tomorrow. So, with that in mind, we'll see. This is a great time to manifest, but what is a character like currently putting out into the world? What are they receiving for it? And are there any fine tunings that they might want to make? So the current energy as Ophiuchus marches up to this 11/11 portal is big change. Now, I'm a big fan of the Tower Aries energy. We've got a huge drop. Yes, it comes in swift, but it's followed up with more swift action. I feel like something that was blocked, or if Ophiuchus themselves felt blocked for a period of time, they don't anymore, or they won't anymore. This is a wonderful chance to like air stuff out, to feel a different flow of energy coming into their lives. This is an amazing time period of where it's like, I want everything to feel different. I want something to get shaken up in my life. I've got an Empress in the reverse. This could be that Ophiuchus has reached a point where either they're walking away from a previous relationship with somebody who was very latched on to them, and this happens all at once. It's like, I've actually suddenly realized I want to be free of this, or this is Ophiuchus unlatching from something. Sometimes we don't realize it's us holding on tightly. We're the ones keeping ourselves trapped in the tower, and we suddenly are freed, and it's like, and I'll never put myself back in that space again. I'll never feel disempowered again. I'll never feel like starved, or like, why aren't things going my way? Why am I always the one who doesn't get what I need? And then it's like, wait a second, let me pause and count up all the amazing stuff that I can do, that I have done, that I will do, that it's perfectly within my grasp to go and, take a hold of. I could see it that way also. Let me get a little bit more clarity, because this could still go in a couple different directions. But we've got the World card coming out sideways. We've got the Devil upright. And we've got that Ace of Pentacles. It's definitely a big change here for Ophiuchus. Any way we slice it, they are aware that something toxic is never going to change, but they don't have to be hanging out with it anymore. So I'm thinking Ophiuchus is leaving behind maybe a person. Hi, Rach. Awesome. You got your popcorn. I love it. Thanks, everybody, for being here today. The fact that we have this, obviously, a brand new beginning, and this opportunity to walk right through that gateway, go right into someplace different, someplace new. There is such a tremendous opportunity here. This is amazing. With this kind of opportunity, to leave behind the devil, the only question mark that I have here is knowing it, being ready for it, and then seeing what's on the other side. Once we cut this off, once we walk through the gateway, once Ophiuchus goes and changes this cycle, what comes next? And I feel like Ophiuchus is right at that precipice. I'm literally feeling somebody who's like holding onto the edges of like the doorway of a plane, and they've got their little parachute on, and they're ready to Geronimo on out. And they're taking a look, and they're looking around and going, yeah, I'm ready to do this. I'm ready to, hop out of the plane. I got everything I need to make a safe landing someplace several thousand feet down below. I'm letting the plane continue on without me, but I'm going to go ahead and go this way instead. It just feels like we're about at a Geronimo moment. With that Six of Wands is because there's no more joy to be had from this situation. Somebody who's toxic is not going to change. Something that isn't working out, I'm not expecting it to decide to change and suddenly make me really happy. Me staying isn't going to make me feel like, see how proud I am of myself. I stayed with somebody toxic, or I stayed in a toxic career, or I stayed and, continued to be in debt to somebody who was hosing me. I'm not going to feel proud of myself for that. That's why I'm letting go of this. I'm letting go of it because it is lowering my happiness quota. It is lowering my wealth. It is lowering my personal, I'll say life force energy. And that's why I'm letting this go. That is the way I feel like Ophiuchus is just kind of at that point. It's not like they're justifying what they're going to do. It's that they're making sure that they understand why they're ready for the change. And here we go, Ace of Swords. We got a bald eagle. It's going to cut themselves free. Granted, they were only wrapped up in toilet paper, so this won't be too hard to bust away. It's not, it feels momentous, but on the other hand, it also feels like this is meant to be. It'll be nice and easy. This transition will be easy. Ophiuchus is going to, wow, look at this, 6 of Cups and Ace of Cups. They're divinely protected. We got feathers and wings all over the place, wings to fly, angels to protect us. You know, something rising. Ophiuchus is like rising back up, coming back into the world of friendships, new soulmates, falling in love with their own life again, and maybe falling in love all over again as a whole. This is what's on the other side of the 1111 portal for Ophiuchus. It's a chance to spread their wings and fly, really get back to what they want. Eagles have exceptionally good eyesight, but specifically these bigger birds of prey, they have a tendon that runs like from their shoulder down to their feet. So if they fly over and they spot like a salmon in the river that they want to eat, and they go down, they grab a hold of it. If the salmon is too heavy and they've latched on, they can drown because they can't close their wings and unlatch their feet, or they plunge into the water. But once they've grabbed on, because the way they have to like come in and tuck their wings in order to like open up their feet, and then once they grab it and they're trying to take off, it's one of those like pulley systems that they can't let go of the salmon unless they can quickly like hop it or drag it over to the river's bank edge before they get sucked into the water. And so there's this moment of like, I'm picturing that somebody had a big fat salmon that was too heavy for them to carry, and they needed to let it go. But first they needed to kind of like get over to the river's bank, detach, and now they can fly free again. And it's like, oh, there's this huge sense of relief in this after the 11th. It just feels like Ophiuchus is flying really free again. I don't know if I've explained that very well with the whole tendon to the feet and the grabbing thing, but that's what I was told once upon a time. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. But the image of flying free, the image of one's heart soaring, the image of one's, energy source finally belonging just to Ophiuchus, them being able to love again, have friends around them again that they choose. I feel like there's a whole new soul group coming into Ophiuchus's life after the 11th. Tell me about that Ace of Cups. I think with that serpent here, and the third eye open, and the instinct here, and the angel's wings surrounding, I gotta say, whoever this is, if it's about love and romance, and it may or may not be, just the Ace of Cups is personal fulfillment. It doesn't have to be personally fulfilled by a romantic partner, obviously, but if it is, we have the Death card in the reverse, but it's funny because this is a transformation. If this, speaks of a person that Ophiuchus may end up with somewhere after this portal, it could be a Scorpio. It could be somebody that they never stopped loving, never stopped thinking about. But Ophiuchus themselves had to change something about the way they were doing life before they could maybe have a chance with, to have a happy ever after with the kind of person that they wanted to be with. Or this is just Ophiuchus is finally like filling their cup up, and it's been a long dry season, but all the same stuff that Ophiuchus ever loved, it's like they're getting right back to that. Sometimes when we're with the wrong partner, and that's really what this feels like, is like Ophiuchus spent some time with the wrong partner, or in the wrong job, or in the wrong city, or whatever it was, it really didn't serve them well. And it kind of took away Ophiuchus's own identity. Like, imagine this, if you live with roommates that, they don't like you to listen to music at all, because if they hear anything, they freak out. So Ophiuchus gave up listening to music, or gave up playing guitar or something. This is Ophiuchus getting right back to playing guitar, and they might be better than ever. This is them rocking out to music again and like, oh my God, I've missed this so much. Or somebody was like, well, you can live with me, but I don't like the smell of garlic or fish or this or that. And so Ophiuchus couldn't cook or eat any of the foods that they used to like. Now they can actually go back to being the awesome chef that they are and use awesome ingredients again. It's that nothing has really been missed out on. And Ophiuchus is starting to fill their cup again. Something that Ophiuchus always loved, always wanted. Their love for this hasn't died. And in fact, now they can indulge in it again. That is really awesome. That is really awesome. Nine of Swords. With the Nine of Swords energy, the one thing that's different about this is we actually have kind of a tower, and then we also have a lighthouse. And one is getting swept away, and the other one is there for protection to make sure that ships don't get, run aground. So we have, the huge damaging effects of, an unchecked storm, but then we also have the protective element here. So it kind of says, in life, we're going to have both of those, and to stress out about different phases of life where sometimes we get ourselves stuck and in kind of a storm, and then other times we're in the safety zone again. Ophiuchus doesn't have to think back and say, oh my God, what happens? What have I done wrong? You notice that the divine is above, actually kind of like the wings of Isis here. And then once again, we've got our bird soaring above. And in this storyline, that's representing our Ophiuchus flying free, flying above all kinds of stresses and worries. The way I would interpret this is everything now going to be sunshine, roses, and perfection forever and ever until, the end of, Ophiuchus's entire life? No, of course not. But we also don't have to fear the next storm, because life is a series of lessons that we learn. Sometimes we get ourselves stuck, and then we dig ourselves back out of that hole, and then we go on to learn another lesson another day. Ophiuchus definitely has learned one lesson. They are back to good. They're getting back on their track. They're making the changes that they need to, regaining their freedom, and able to really start living their life according to their own terms again. But to worry too much about, yikes, what if that ever happens to me again? What if I make the wrong turn? We'll always make wrong turns. I think this puts worries kind of to rest, and it's just like, well, that's just a fact of life. We're going to mess up. We're going to pick the wrong thing. We're going to get ourselves stuck, and then we'll get ourselves out of it again. So why not go ahead and try love again? Knight of Cups is up here. It's like, I feel like, I love that one song. And I always forget, because I mix up my Steves sometimes. I want to say, I don't think it's Steve Forbert. I think it's my other Steve. Copperhead Road, whoever sings Copperhead Road. Anyway, it's a song that says, because I got me a fearless heart. And in it, he says, I admit I fall in love a lot, but I nearly always give it my best shot. And I don't know, that just kind of is more like the mantra for this. Like, yeah, why not? Sure, I picked the wrong person. Sure, took a while to disengage, but I'll love again. I'll give it another whirl. There's a lot of great people out there to love. I'm getting back to myself. I'm loving me first, but next time I'll probably pick a little bit better, or the time after that, or maybe the time after that. But I'm pretty fearless about this. I'm here for the experiences. I'm going to wrap this one up mostly because my baby did. Yes, thank you, Rach. You are spot on. Steve Earle. Hi, Tamika. So glad you made it. Karen Bishop, you angel. So nice to see you. Love it. Hi, Martina, Tate, Emma-Lisa. You guys, thank you so much. All right, I've got to go because I got to go check on my babe. Bye for now. Take care.